Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Alright, now here I am with another ECW pay-per-view review. And now next up, here I am with a review for ECW Living Dangerously 2000. So, yeah, there's no other way to say it. This one was bad. Like, this was just a straight up bad show. I mean, was just like so bad and forgettable. Seriously, like there was just like not really anything good on the show at all. Well, there was like maybe like a couple of matches that were decent, but yeah, for like pretty much this entire show really does suffer from a whole bunch of problems. Like there were like 11 or yeah, there were like 10 or 11 matches on the show. Yeah, and plus, yeah, the matches were all like really short. Like every match on the show was like under 10 minutes long. So yeah, so that really just should like be like an example for you on like how like unmemorable the matches on the show are. Yeah, I mean, these matches were just like so short and forgettable, and plus, yeah, and the matches really were not very good either. Like, yeah, you really did just have like a lot of crappy matches on the show. Like, the opener was like a really terrible, and yeah, and you had just like a whole bunch of other bad matches on the show. You had like a really bad opener. You had a really bad ECW title match that only lasted like 5 minutes, and it was the third match on the show. Yeah, yeah, and you just really had like a whole bunch of bad stuff throughout the entire show. So yeah, there's not really any other way to say it. This really is just a bad pay-per-view. Yeah, and yeah, I really just hope that this isn't like a cycle for ECW, and this isn't like a sign of like things to come for throughout 2000, where it's like a downfall for ECW. I really hope that's not the case with the 2000 pay-per-views, but yeah, whatever the case may be, yeah, the bottom line is, yeah, this was a bad show. And yeah, and I think this is so far the worst ECW pay-per-view. So yeah, that really is like just the best way to put it. Yeah. Yeah. And it's not even something like a guilty as charged where you're sitting through like a very bad show and then eventually like you do get to the good stuff in the second half. Like it's not even like that. Just like this show has bad like all throughout it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there are like a couple of decent matches on the show, but yeah, the bad really does like far outdo it. And yeah, and like I said, every match on the show is under 10 minutes long. So yeah, so that like I said, like just short matches, and yeah, the matches on the show really are just very forgettable. So yeah, so I just really don't know what else to say, but yeah, the bottom line, like I said, is this is a bad show. Alright, so yeah, I don't know really what else to say, so yeah, let me just start talking about the matches. Yeah, I'm really not, don't think I'm really gonna like go really in depth into a lot of matches and really spend a lot of time on them, because there's not really a whole lot to say about them, but yeah, they are just like real bad matches. So yeah, well, let me just skip through the card. Yeah. So, the first match on the show was a Texas Bullrope match with Steve Corino versus Dusty Rhodes. And yeah, this match was just really terrible. Like, oh man, like there was nothing memorable about this at all. Like, it was just like the guys like fighting with a bull rope tied to them. And yeah, and yeah, and they were just like fighting like all throughout the crowd. But yeah, it was just like very sloppy action and yeah, very forgettable stuff. And yeah, and they used a cowbell numerous times like in the match, and they got like busted open. And yeah, and it just like went on for like 9 minutes. It's, yeah, then eventually then Dusty Rhodes then hit Steve Corino with a chair and then hit an elbow drop and got the win. So, yeah. So, just a very horrible Texas Bullrope match. Yeah, and a very bad way to open the show. So, yeah. So, I would give that, like, 1 star. Yeah. Then, next up, then, the next match was, Danny Doring and Roadkill versus, the New Dangerous Alliance, which was, C.W. Anderson and Bill Wiles, yeah. And yeah, this really wasn't good either. I mean, yeah, it wasn't horrible, but yeah, still just yeah, it was a very forgettable match, and yeah, it just was yeah, not really that great. Yeah, it only lasted like about like 7 minutes. Not really anything memorable happened. It was just like the two teams going back and forth. Yeah, then at one point, as Roadkill was about to hit a splash on uh, Bill Wiles, then Danny Doring and Roadkill's manager Elektra then turned on them and then helped the New Dangerous Alliance win the match. And then yeah, then like after like she turned on a Roadkill and Danny Doring, then Louis dangerously once again like took his cell phone and nailed and hit Danny Doring with the cell phone, and then C.W. Anderson then hit a spine buster on Danny Doring and got the win. So yeah, so it was just a very forgettable tag team match. So yeah, I would like give that 2 stars. Yeah, yeah. And then the next match was scheduled to be Kid Kash versus Simon Diamond, but then Mike Awesome, who was the ECW World Champion, then came out and then was just like threatening violence and ended up like having Simon Diamond run off, and then Kid Kash then attacked Mike Awesome from behind, and then all of a sudden we got like this impromptu match for the ECW World Championship with Mike Awesome defending against Kid Kash. Yeah. And yeah, this match only lasted like 5 minutes, and it was just really bad. Like like just not really anything even happened. Like it was just like some very sloppy back and forth action between the two. Yeah, and then after just like 5 minutes, Mike Awesome then ended up getting the win once again with an awesome bomb from the top turnbuckle down through a table to the canvas, and Mike Awesome pinned Kid Kash. So yeah, I mean, the awesome bomb from the top through the tables to win the matches, like those were looking awesome at first for Mike Awesome, but now just like seeing it like at every single pay per view, it's starting to really get tedious. So yeah, so I wasn't even really like that invested in seeing it again. So yeah, so just it's losing its effectiveness now. And yeah, this match was just like so freaking bad. And like, why are you having an ECW title match be the third match on the show and only having it go like 5 minutes? So yeah, so I just don't know what the deal was with that. But yeah, it was a very awful match. So yeah, I would like give that like 1 star as well.